Okay, so we're back.
Whoa! Hey!
Ben, as we log off the air for our
Yes,
show tonight, it comes across
dude.
10 seconds ago.
Wow.
C. Trent tweets the Reds announced they have fired David Bell.
Wow.
What? Okay,
Dude,
I'm so happy we did not get off the computer first.
I know. Insane. Shout out C Trent, man. Dude, that's wow. Wow.
So, holy crap. I did not think that was going to be my Sunday night conversation.
No, not at all.
Holy mother of God. So,
Not at all. I mean, they didn't even
like,
wait till the end of the season. Like,
no.
you literally have 6 games left.
So I'm sharing this on the feeds right now. So
I was going to say, yeah, I just tweeted it out too. Oh my gosh.
Holy crap. So
wow.
You can see by our reaction here, this is a shock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Like I mean, usually you hear of some smoke or you hear something, but you really didn't hear anything. Like, especially with 6 games left to go in the season. Like, usually you hear some of that stuff's going to be rumbling and things like that. But dude, that was all of a sudden. Like,
that's crazy. So, analysis is kind of a shock.
Yeah,
obviously, but I don't know if it.
Honestly, my initial reaction is wow. But also maybe this is a good sign that the Reds that the organization's frustrated.
Yeah.
And finally ready to make a move. It's usually that's pretty aggressive move by front office. They don't usually do that. Like, usually that's a let's wait and see, kind of hang out, blah blah blah. Like, they don't usually do that to not. I mean, he didn't even get to finish the season, so something must have triggered that move. Either one, the players are fed up and tired of it. 2, management's fed up and tired of it. Or 3, they've got somebody on the hook ready to take the job that is ready to move this thing in the right direction.
Yep.
I mean, that's the only 3 things that make that happen. There must be either somebody waiting in the wings to say, you know what, we already got our guy ready to go in place that is going to take over this position.
It's a big shock. I'm trying to figure out how I describe it because I think it's the right move. I think it was time, and obviously you had your rant that we talked about this, and that was it's for sure the way to go.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm getting.
Yeah, me too. I am too.
Yeah. Just what a shock. But it's the conversations we saw all the time in like these press conferences. It's the decision making down the stretch of games. It's everything that was going on in this whole situation that was like it had to happen. I think this was the right first step. Is I guess what I'm trying to say, and kind of righting the ship because this year was a nightmare. This year was a disaster, and I understand there's injuries. We kind of gave them the benefit of the doubt a lot with that stuff. But also, holy shit!
Yeah. I mean, it's not in their character. Like, it's something that they don't do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's something different. It's something like this isn't what they do.
Yeah, it isn't. And so I think that this is kind of a situation where I think it has to be an external guy at this point. And I don't have any names, so I don't think we can kind of go down that rabbit hole here. But there are definitely some guys that you see like there's fantasy dreams, obviously. Like, hey, what's up, Terry Francona? You still like baseball? You want to come hang out in Cincinnati? You
Right.
played here?
Right.
Call me. I'll pick you up at Lunkin.
You
Take
ain't
you to
lying.
your press conference. So what Charlie Goldsmith just tweeted, let me find it real fast, is shout out Charlie. So the Reds have fired David Bell. He was under contract through 2026. Freddie Benavidez is the interim manager going forward. The Reds will have media availability tomorrow. Nick Cross' statement, David provided the kind of steadiness that we needed in our clubhouse over the last few seasons. We felt a change was needed to move the major league team forward. We've not achieved the success we expected. We need to begin focusing on 2025. That is 1,000% the right answer.
Yeah.
That is 1,000% the right answer.
Yep.
I can't believe it. I think it's, I'm very happy. I shouldn't say I'm happy because I don't want a guy to lose his job.
Yeah. You don't want anybody to lose their job, but I definitely see what you're saying. Like it is a very, very positive sign that management recognizes that we've got a lot of talent and a lot of ability, and we need to move the direction of the leadership. And let's do it now. Let's rip the Band-Aid off so that we can go get a guy that we want or a guy that we feel is going to move our club in the right direction. So I can't. I'm very, like you said, I'm not happy that David Bell lost his job. I don't want anybody to lose their job. That's
right.
But I'm happy that our baseball club has seen enough. Enough is enough, and we're ready to move in our right direction.
Me too. I think that bringing in another eye, and I think there's a lot to like. I think bringing someone in who's going to care about fundamentals, because this team was not fundamentally sound at all this year, is a great first step. I think that's also the situation being that it seemed like he just didn't have an answer for a lot of things. And I think that's what really irritated all of us, was like, we had no idea what to expect from him ever. So there is that as well.
All right,
I'm just in shock.
All right, so I'm going to give you, here we go. New manager, wrong answer only.
Freddie Benavidez.
Barry Larkin.
I should have thought about that. I should have thought that's going to happen, Ben. You spoke it into existence.
You can't tell me Barry in the freaking front office right now got a ciggy lit up. He's ready to roll.
Like, look, but
he's got Eric Davis, the hitting instructor, on point. He's ready to go.
He like played with Deion Sanders, so he's calling him like, "Hey, how do I get a job that I'm not qualified for?"
No, I'm not. How'd you do it? Tell us how you did it. Tell us how you got it done.
Ben, we literally have 340 people watching us right now.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I don't even have anything to say, and we have this many people watching us because everyone's like, but oh man. So what do we, because we're not going to be able to like give you names here, obviously.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's
crazy. Do you think that he was also potentially, let's play devil's advocate. To be fair, good radio.
Absolutely.
Do you think he was potentially a scapegoat? Do you think he's the guy that the front office failed him? And
to an extent, yeah. I mean, like we talk about this all the time. He can't control the ingredients of the soup.
Right.
Now there are some things fundamentally that we did not do correctly.
Oh, a million things.
We did not run the base pads well. We made very, very poor pitching decisions. We did some really dumb stuff, and that's all him. But as far as being able to put the ingredients together for a good team, he can only put who's there in the lineup who's there. So on that end, I can't blame him. But there are other things. There are plenty of other things that he did that did not help his case.
Agreed. I brought up Tyler Stevens' press conference a million times of if a guy was on before him, he would get a chance in that bat, and they lost by like 2 runs to Arizona when they had that really long losing streak in May. How he handled May in general, when you could just see that the screws were coming loose and he just couldn't find a way to put it back together, was really frustrating. Just all the decisions, and like, how many times do we hear, "Oh, we're so close. Oh, we're so close." It's like,
Yep.
You weren't close. You weren't
No,
close.
not at all.
We just did a
Not
whole
at all.
episode talking about the good things about the team. So I think
Mhm.
getting a new voice in there for those guys is going to be so much more beneficial to them. That's why I'm kind of hoping it's not Freddie Benavidez or Barry Larkin. I think it has to be. I don't think Terry Francona is going to manage ever again, but
No,
someone
yeah,
to that extent,
he's
someone, yeah.
yeah.
But
But yeah, no, I agree. It's got to be somebody that from the outside in is a different voice, and can bring bring a positive leadership, bring a voice of a standard of play, a standard of doing things the right way, a standard of not making silly mental mistakes in critical times. Somebody's going to hold these guys accountable. So I don't know who that is, but David Ross. Um, he's out there. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be the difficult part. Now, I'll say this: that Reds roster and the guys we have on the roster, a good coach is going to want to coach our baseball team.
for sure, yeah,
We have a ton of talent.
it's going to be a very attractive job for a good manager.
Hmm.
A David Ross, a Joe Girardi,
Yeah.
I don't know, is Joe
Oh,
Girardi
Gabe.
good? Oh,
Yeah, he was all
where
right.
are you getting all these names from?
I'm seeing him in the chat.
My chat's not popping up. What's going on?
Did you hit chat? Hit comments.
Oh my
You're right.
God.
You didn't see all those?
No. Holy crap.
Yeah. Gabe Kapler, Dan Wilson, Joe Girardi,
Joey Votto?
Joey
What's
Votto.
up, guys? I didn't even see you guys there. I'm so sorry. I wasn't ignoring you. Yeah, Mr. One, literally right before the chat. Right before the game, right before we ended the episode, fired David Bell. So
Yep.
all right, Sydney's got to be fired.
Tony La Russa.
Yeah. Aaron Boone?
Hey.
I think Aaron Boone is better than he's given credit for. I think that he is just in a no-win situation with the Yankees.
Yeah, I agree. But here, like ESPN just posted they fired David Bell, of course, but we just extended him last year. So what, I wonder what they saw in this year that they were like, man, like it's not even worth the extension. Like we got to get rid of this guy.
Well, they saw a lot of outfielders that couldn't hit the relay man. They saw these promising guys who had incredible sophomore slumps, like Will Benson.
Yeah.
They saw Graham Ashcraft take a step back.
Yeah.
It's, they probably saw a lot of things that were probably not, they probably just kind of rang the bell of like, this isn't going where we want it to go. And yeah, this is
useless pressers.
But they're so close, guys.
My guys are so close. They're just playing really hard, and it's really, my guys they just play hard, and we just didn't score as many runs as the other team did. I mean, we just tried, and it was a valiant effort by our guys, and we just they just outscored us. I mean, that's how baseball goes. Like, thanks, David Bell.
That's literally like every press conference. You literally just nailed that.
Yeah, I agree with that, Mr. Juan. He definitely. I think that's the biggest thing.
I do too.
I think he lost the clubhouse. I think those guys stopped believing in what he was saying and what he was doing, and realized that his style of leadership, the way he was trying to lead this team, was not going to work. It's not going to bring you success. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, this is just crazy. I just didn't expect this to happen.
No, not at all. We literally were just having our post podcast talk, and you were like, "Holy crap!" I'm like, "What did I miss? What happened?"
Oh my God. Does he like get a plaque for six that he mentioned there? All-time leader in ejections. Do we get like a ceremony?
Yeah, we'll give him. We'll engrave a plate. Give him a plate. Here you go. Take that with you.
I do think that he does kind of deserve the sake of he never really had a great team,
Yeah.
but also I think that he really did not do a lot of stuff to help himself, like we've kind of been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
2020 was such a weird year, but I think the way he kind of handled the Joey stuff, in not the sense of like, I understand Joey wasn't Joey anymore that we all knew and loved, but you can kind of tell like there was some weird vibes between those two.
Yep.
And I think that kind of really stood out. Like the way he just kind of like just benched him out of the blue for weeks on end.
For weeks, yeah.
And gave, Nick Martini his at bats and things like that. God, dude, he like probably loved. I mean, he loved those guys. He loved those Nick Martinis, those Mike Fords, those guys we make fun of all the time. Like those were like his dudes.
Those were his dudes.
Yeah. God, that's gonna be that should have been the thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Joey's last week with the Reds, we gave Nick Martini all his at bats.
All of his at bats. Yep.
That should have been there. Mr. Juan says, bring back Dusty Baker. Do you think Dusty wants
Dusty's following his kid around the country. Yeah, he's following his kid around the country playing baseball, dude. He's a happy dad. He's not coming back.
Yeah. Do you think he also finds this hilarious that he's like, I at least got, I went to the playoffs 3 times and you think he's probably like,
he definitely is having a laugh, having a chuckle.
Ooh, Joe Madden would be enticing to me.
Yes. Joe Madden would be, that would be really good.
Scott Rowland. Do you kind of find it fascinating that when the Reds released the statement? So this is the press release. I'm reading this flat out. The Cincinnati Reds have announced they are replacing manager David Bell effective immediately. Bench coach Freddie Benavidez will serve as the interim manager for the final 5 games of the 2024 season. President of Baseball Operations Nick Kroll will be available to the media at 11 a.m. tomorrow in the clubhouse interview room. Media with the Reds season credentials can enter Great American Ballpark at Dock 3. David provided this. David provided this. So, not a single comment in the press release from Bob or Phil. Nothing.
Really?
Wow.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Wow.
That's embarrassing.
You
don't have to like go out and be like, this guy sucks, but nothing.
Yeah.
He was the manager of your team for 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
6 seasons. But 6 seasons, you got nothing to say? Wow. You're making Nick Kroll just like feeding the Lions den? Man. Nick Kroll's probably like sitting there like in his like couch, like looking at his wife like, tomorrow's gonna suck.
It's gonna suck. Babe, I won't see you till Thursday. We'll talk then.
He's like,
oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Well,
wow.
That's crazy.
We have so many people in this chat right now that I'm like, do we turn this off or do we keep this going? Like, dude, we're not really talking about anything. We're just all so surprised. But
I mean, we're all in this. We're all kind of in the same boat here. Like, I mean.
Noah Hamilton, is it a guarantee that Larkin is the next manager? I hope not.
I'm honestly, dude, I said it, but that's something goofy we would do.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But this goes back to that thing of like, this isn't like in college basketball where John Calipari gets the job at Arkansas and changes everything. And you see them on the sidelines. Like, are you going to be excited that Barry Larkin's just sitting in the dugout for 9 innings, or he goes and takes out a lineup card at the beginning of the game? Like, I don't really know how he adds the season tickets.
Right.
But would I be shocked if Barry Larkin had the job? Absolutely not. Favorite David memories? When he almost fought Clint Hurdle his first year, that ruled. Kevin, this is an awesome question. Why now versus next week after season? This is
that's
no clue.
Exactly what we were talking about. We have not a clue. Like I said, the only reason I think that they would do something like that is that they had somebody waiting in the wings that was ready to step in first day of the off season, ready to take it over. That's the only thing I can really think of. Either that, or it's going to be a really long process of trying to figure out who's going to be the next
this feels like, as someone who's covered multiple college basketball coach firings,
Yeah.
this feels very much like the earlier than the latter.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they have already somebody picked ready to take it over.
Yeah, I think so too. Who that is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder if also there might be a thing where this is just speaking out of my ass here, so no one act like I know anything I'm talking about. I wonder if this is something too to kind of help with like bringing free agents in or keeping guys here.
Yeah. Oh, it has to.
I wonder how many agents. I know people talk about Scott Boras all the time, man. But like, I wonder how many agents probably didn't want their players to play for David Bell. I wonder if
Yeah.
that's something that came to this conversation. This is
Yep.
just hypothetically speaking here. I have nothing to report. I'm not a reporter, but
Well, but you know sports. But here's the thing, Tim. If your number one guy don't like your manager, so if Ellie was like, "Hey, this dude ain't it," you know who loses that battle every time.
yeah, guys, believe me, I know. LeBron James has a bunch of stuff in my office. Like he gets some love in my office. I know how this goes when your best player doesn't like his coach. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, it's just the fact of life right now. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I mean that's the guy you're marketing.
Yep.
Ooh, Kevin says Corky Miller. I know Corky Miller has been very open about his desire to manage. I think he is managing a minor league team in the system. You guys know I don't know shit about the minor league system, so Seth just
Oh,
texted me.
Tim, you're gonna get us hate mail.
Uh, Seth goes, "Did you go off the air before David Bell got fired?" I said, "Yes, we got back on."
Yeah, we have. Yep. Right back on.
Ryan Lavarnway. There's gonna be the speculation of who's gonna be the manager is gonna be really interesting. Oh, Sydney says he's the catch. See, this is why Sydney's around. She's like our Stump the Schwab. She's here to fact check us. And I appreciate that. Man, this is
Yeah,
crazy.
this is I I would not have thought. I'm sending you something too, by the way. I would not have thought like at least not tonight. Like maybe at the end of the year, but they were always so behind him. Like management always seemed like they were always behind him, stood by him. They gave him an extension. Like there's like I said, something had to break down. Either the players were like, man, we've had enough. That's a really good point about the free agents, not being able to pull free agents because of guys here. That's I mean, that could be the case.
Yeah, I'm
But
guessing, but
you know, I would assume that your best players don't like David Bell would be my guess.
yeah.
And that they probably have somebody waiting in the wings.
Yeah. So you just sent me this thing from Lance McAllister, and Lance and I don't always agree, but I think how he's kind of attacked the ownership this year has been fantastic social media content.
Mm-hmm.
So I will take it. But he said, imagine thinking your fan base is dumb enough to believe the issue is the manager, that you can distract them by simply fighting the manager. Take some balls to be that bold. Friendly reminder, once again, there is no quote from the Castellinis in the press release.
Correct. Not a single one.
So that's why I say there's some scapegoatism.
Yep.
Do I think it was the right move? Yes. I think they needed a fresh voice.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some scapegoatism there for sure.
Yep. Listen, you can't point fingers unless one's pointing right back at you.
True that, man. True that. Well, all right, dude. Well, this is nuts.
This is crazy. Crazy. Dude, I'm so glad we stayed on talking on.
I know. Otherwise, whew.
Oh man. Oh, we still would have got back on. I mean, we just had to come back in.
Yeah, I literally told Grace it was
now
gonna be a quick show tonight.
Listen, I know. Listen, now our wives are like, "Man, you guys went longer than expected." I'm like, "Yeah, we had a few things break. You know, I mean, things are going on."
Oh my god, this is crazy. I can't believe it. But I think the Lockdown guys are also live right now.
Are they?
Yeah,
I'm sure. I'm sure.
We're getting some. Whoa! Bring some grit to GABP. Bob Nightingale says Skip Schumacher's on the radar. Former Cincinnati Red.
Okay.
But
I like that.
Doesn't he mention the Marlins? Don't they suck horribly?
Yeah. But I do like that move, though. I mean, I liked him.
I for sure release this as 2 episodes, right? There's no way this is one big episode.
Oh no, it's got to be 2 for sure.
Yeah, has to be, because this is crazy.
Yeah, insane. Wow.
I can't. I'm so shocked. I've never once clicked live and had no idea what to talk about.
I know.
never in my life. Man. This is crazy. It's so shocking. I don't know. Do we do like a daily check-in during the search until they get a guy? Because that could be months. That could be Christmas.
Yeah, it could be a minute. I mean, that like I said, there's one or two things that could happen. Either one, they know who they're going to get and they'll bring them in immediately, or we could be sitting here in February trying to hope we can. It could be one or two things. With the Reds, you just don't know. I mean, you just honestly don't know. I mean,
coincidental that the manager gets fired and Jay Bruce is in the crowd today, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he wants that.
No, gosh, no.
No, he's a family man. He's got kids.
I will say this though. Like, I think a lot of the people that are attached to the Reds organization, not as far as like ownership or things like that, but I'm sure they spoke their mind too about their displeasure of David Bell. Truth be told, displeasure with management in general. I mean,
yeah,
it's there's a lot there. I mean, between bringing in players, the way you treat alums, the way you just different things here and there, the way you treated Joey Votto. I mean, there's a ton of different things where people are looking at it like, dude, you just are not doing things the right way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree. Seth Sainer, Phil Castellini for president. Get out of here, Seth.
Come on, Seth.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The conversation of who it's going to be is going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Man. But I can't believe it. This is insanity.
It's unreal. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how the search is going to go. Because now this is the big one. Like, right? Like, let's be honest.
You have to nail this one.
You have to get this one right. You have to. You cannot flub it up. It can't be a PR move or something that people like. It can't be that way.
Yeah. Like since you fired Dusty Baker, you have not gotten this right.
Yep.
And Dusty Baker should have been fired. The way that team melted down in 2013. Yeah, I agree with it. But you haven't gotten this right multiple tries now.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get this right. This has to be the guy that like brings his young core of talent to the next level. This has to be what Dusty did plus.
Yep.
I think, realistically. So.
Yes, Seth, you're right. Yeah, we have to get a guy. We got to get the guy. Like it's got to be nailed. You can't flub this. We got
Brian Price, no Derek Johnson, keep Derek Johnson doing what he's doing. Right. Yeah, for sure. I don't know if they bring Brian Price back to manage the team, I'm gonna lose my shit. But I don't know, man. This is crazy. I've said crazy 19,000 times. I don't know why you guys are still hanging out here, but he says Jim Riggleman. I forgot Jim Riggleman was the interim when Brian Price got fired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like thinking of guys that are a possibility that also aren't 90. Yeah. It's like trying to think who's going to be president. Are they under 75? Right. No? Oh, crap.
No. All right. Okay.
That's another podcast. That's not this one. Oh, man. Could Pitch Ninja be the manager? Henry Rowengarter?
Yeah.
The kid from Little Big League?
There you go.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot of conversations about this. I'm feeling now.
Absolutely.
So we're going to safely back away from the computer now. If something breaks when I click end stream, we will be right back. If someone gets hired. But
dude, could you imagine if they fired him and hired somebody at like 11:30, are you kidding me? I'm like, oh, only the Reds. So
This is a
thank you,
you up
Cincinnati Reds.
text.
They're like, you up? Oh yeah. Yes, let's do it.
All right, guys, we're gonna go back away again from the laptops. I
Hey,
can't
thank
wait
you
to
guys
see
for
how
hopping
this all.
on with us,
Yeah,
man.
thanks
That's
for hopping
awesome.
back with us. This is awesome. Thank you guys so much for popping on. This was a surprise to all of us. So, the fact we got 30 minutes out of this is crazy
Yes.
talk because
Yes.
I don't think we said anything.
No, we really didn't. I mean, it was, but man, it's crazy.
Yeah, but thank you all. Hopefully, we'll be back next week. But if something happens, we'll be here. So,
Yep,
see you,
absolutely.
everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you, nice.